Here I'm designing my new surfboard blank press. Previously in Tap Moon, I had a very, hodgepodge kind of pieced together setup. Now I have a space. I'm gonna do something a little bit more permanent and fixed and something larger. This is gonna be 96 inches or 8 feet. So I can do a board up to 8 feet with this one. I'm gonna be making it just like my my shaving stand out of the reclaimed wood from the workshop. But the idea is to have a base. It's gonna be mounted on the wall. It's gonna have a base and then another piece that can freely move up and down on the sides. So I would put a piece of foam, like my first bit of foam inside here, right? Then I'd place my stringer. I'm gonna make the sides 40 inches because the only suitable pieces of old wood I have are just over that length. Now, because my original floorboards are all different thicknesses, I need to measure up 40 inches on one side and 40 inches on the other side and see which side is the highest at that 40-inch level mark. Coming along, you can see the right is my high side. 40 inches is right to the edge right there. So I'm gonna make a line right there on the other side. And straight edge. Up. On the right hand side here, so 40 inches of this piece is up to that tick there, so that's perfect. Now there's two ways I can figure out how to get the height of this piece, which is currently too tall to make a level top. I can measure the distance between this top line here and the little mark, or I can draw another level line across to the other side and measure the distance over there. I'm gonna do both so I know I'm absolutely correct. It looks to be 3/16 of an inch on this side. And 3/16 of an inch on the left. And there is 3/16 of an inch. Right there. Straight line. Let's see. That's pretty darn close. Now for the final test. Yeah. Problem number 2 is materials are in short supply. This piece is good enough to use and it's a full 8 feet. This one is good enough to use and it's a bit longer than 8 feet, so I'm going to use this one for the top. Over here we have another one, another 8-footer. However, it's split. You can see right there, right? So it's got a good side and it's got a bad side. These two pieces are shorter than 8 feet. Problem 3 is these bits, the long bits, are not as wide as the sides. I think I'm just gonna have to cut these down, the sides down to 6 inches to make it work. I'm going to measure 105/16 because I need to add the thickness of the two sides. Next thing is for me to trim this piece down to 3.5 inches because I'm going to use it to create a strong back for the top piece here. That'll keep it super straight and prevent any deflection when the pony screws are screwing down on the surfboard blank that will be in there. That'll keep it straight and ensure all pressure is placed equally along the surfboard blank when it's gluing. So this is the bottom piece. This will not be on the floor level. It's going to be somewhere up here. And that's what I need to calculate right now because I need 25 inches up right here. So this is a full width surfboard blank. This is my top. Here is 3 inches to 17.5. That's the idea for the sides. So I'd have doweling that would fit into the top piece, slot in there, and then the top piece of the press can slide up and down and stay aligned and fixed in place. So I did it on the first one using my dad's ancient old drill press to do these 2 holes and then take a jigsaw on there. It comes out all right. So now I know I can do it, I gotta do it on the other one. I ordered these 18-inch pony jacks or pony screws, I think they call them, the brand. Anyways, the idea is that I'd have 2 of these that press down onto a strong back. If you don't know what a strong back is, I guess I'll show you later. Anyways, they press that strong back down as the top plate to the clamp, and that is what's going to clamp down or clamp the pieces together. Anyway, these are interesting. I think they're a bit pricey. It was like 35 bucks Canadian each. I think it's expensive because if you know me, you know I know a thing or two about manufacturing hand tools in China. These are manufactured in China, nothing against that, but you can tell the difference when instead of using black steel for an indoor application, they use painted black steel for an indoor application. And I don't like that. It's, I'd rather just see the steel, because the problem is when the bits rub together, like these pieces here, over time, that paint's just gonna wear off and you're gonna have all these silver bits shining, which does not look nice at all. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. That's the idea anyway. Now, I know there's some kind of like scientific concept or principle here about your pressure points, and a 45-degree angle is how the pressure is distributed from a pressure point. But I've only got two, and most importantly, when you build a surfboard blank, you actually, contrary to popular belief, do not and should not press the crap out of it. So I just wanted to keep it nice and snug so we get that good bond in between the pieces. I'm just going to place them at 24 inches in from each end. If for some weird reason I think I want to have a third one, well then I'll just put the third one in the middle. And that's how we'll do it. Nice and simple. This turned out super nice. Now I gotta change out the yellow screws for the black ones. So these have these little like ribs on the side. I guess I'm gonna use my jigsaw to cut a little slot on the side of each hole. I know I should have this coming up from the bottom because the flange here should be pressing on the bottom of the wood, but since I'm not going to be compressing the blank very hard, I want it to look nice. There we go. Check it out. Snow up there, yikes! Anyways, yesterday I bought a 2x12 for the top plate of my blank press. I had to let it dry, so I think it's all right now. I'm gonna cut it to size and see if I can get that last piece done. Next, I need to cut 8 feet out of this piece. So I'm gonna make my first cut here so I can avoid this crack. And then that should give me lots of space to get to 8 feet and avoid the crack that starts right about there. Now the next bit I'm going to cut here is the vertical bit for the top plate. So luckily I can check my edge, my machine edge is nice and square. So I'm running 96 inches off of that, so I can be sure to avoid this ugly bit here. This is the blank press's top plate, inverted or upside down. What I've done here is I've drawn my center line and drilled a screw hole every 12 inches, right? Off the edge, I'm 2 inches in, and then it's every 12 inches all the way down to the other side. I've marked where my center of each piece is, so I can keep it nice and straight. Hopefully there's no banana or bend inside this piece here. Now I'll screw it up, and then that will be the top plate, or the strong back. So that's the build for version 2 of my Surfboard blank press. It's a huge step up for me in terms of efficiency from what I was doing before in Tap Moon with the ratchet straps. This is going to make gluing board blanks up a lot more efficient. I think there's still room for improvements. You know, for example, you could change to hydraulics, but I'll leave that for version 10. I won't worry about that now. But I'm stoked and I'm looking forward to using it. Now all I got to do is look for some material. I'll leave a link for the pony screws in the video description below.